How many 12-year-old black belts do you really think you could take on?
Probably only like 3.
Word?
I mean, black belts,
Black belts, karate.
karate.
Yeah.
I don't have no fighting skills like that.
No, man.
I'm Sloth, the Manic Maniac, the Lucid Lunatic from Pomona, California, and I channel my energy into music. I've been up to a lot, getting a lot of artwork made, lyric videos, focusing on visuals too. About to shoot a music video for a song called Brain Scratch. It's about to go crazy, so look out for that soon. Just making a lot of music, stocking up the vault, and educating myself on what's happening in the world, especially in our country, because there's a lot going on. So I try to stay current, try to spread that knowledge and sprinkle it into the music. So, you gotta keep up with it to know. We in some dark times, bro. Some very dark times. Like, where do I begin? First of all, the president is refusing to concede, which is ridiculous. I just think, you lost clearly. There's no fraud. There's no voter fraud. Pick it up, bro. I think we need to come together and we need class solidarity. And I think this is an ideal time to educate each other and rise up and demand more from our public servants, from our government, who's supposed to serve everybody, not just the 1%. And I think people are starting to become aware of all these problems as they grow. And I think, that's a silver lining. And once people are more connected, they're more equipped to rise up and demand change and create it themselves. So I think we're in a time where a lot of things are about to change, but I think we can force change for the good if we come united as the people. Well, I like to say that I sprinkle it in, little facts, little statements and phrases that you can find it throughout all my music. Ever since Treetop Chronicles, I talk about trans rights and police brutality and a lot of what's been happening for the past, for decades, honestly. But I just think that we have a responsibility, if to spread the knowledge, because knowledge is power and you want to empower each other. You want to rise up together. So I think it's a blessing to be able to have a platform and to be able to sprinkle this knowledge in. And I think pairing it with the melodies, the vibes, I think it's a good way for people to digest the information without feeling like, oh, I'm reading articles all the time. This is boring, blah, blah, blah. Like, I know people don't like to be preached to, and I know people don't like to be lectured. So I feel like putting it in art is a good way to help spread that knowledge. Like, it's very crucial right now. So that's what I'm gonna always do. Well, I was a scene kid in high school. I liked hardcore, post-hardcore music, like Pierce the Veil and System of a Down and Day to Remember, Asking Alexandria, all those like screamo type bands, Dance Gavin Dance, they really influenced me on terms of like how much energy they put into their music and when I listened to that type of music, I always felt like I was able to channel so much of what I was feeling. So I wanted to bring that into rap. And growing up, I would always like stay up late and turn on MTV Jams and have it as long as I possibly could until I got caught. So, a lot of artists from the 2000s, rappers, really influenced me as well in terms of style and flow. And those two kind of like merged to create Sloth. and it's basically just a mix of a lot of my inspiration and a lot of the ways that I like to channel my energy, because I feel like that's so important to let what's building up out before it turns toxic or it ends up hurting you. So I feel like a healthy way to do that is through art. So that's why I was so inspired by those two kind of genres. I think if it needs to come out, it's gonna come out regardless. Like, I kind of do say fuck it. Like, in some of my songs, you know, I say some pretty crazy shit, and I'm not gonna lie. It's there. It's in Baby Claw EP. It's in Treetop Chronicles. You know, it's in some of the singles I've been dropping. So like, I just see it as I don't worry too much about outside opinions, because no one's gonna experience the exact feelings in the exact way that you do. Your experiences are unique, and so are your emotions. And I just tell myself that I think a lot of this is something that needs to be said. This perspective could be valuable. It could help people. And that's really my goal in all this, is to help people, help as many people as I can. So I just really don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck what nobody thinks, man. Gotta keep going. Good, my name's Sloth. I'm from Pomona, California. The song's called Born Dead. It's about feeling trapped. Ooh, baby claw. Sloth still searching for serenity. Depression made me my worst enemy. Maybe that's the dude to pick me up and empty me. Sorry, I don't know where else to put this energy. I don't really know if anything is meant to be, but nothing good could come if you can't let it be. The other day the universe messaged me, and I left this bitch ass on red. Bad thoughts keep crawling through my head. I can't even manage crawling on my bed, yeah. Cactus flower filled with existential dread, yeah. What the fuck you mean? I was born dead, yeah. Born dead, I was born dead. What the fuck you mean? I was born dead. Born dead, I was born dead. What the fuck you mean? I was born dead. Born dead, I was born dead. What the fuck you mean? I was born dead. Born dead, I was born dead. What the fuck you mean? I was born dead. Can't believe this life. Shit got me hurt. Worked to buy a car so that we can work. At least you get some rest when you're laying in the dirt. Either way, I'm about to have some sweat up on my shirt. Smoke away the pain, hope it doesn't hurt. Fake smile, shoulder dipping like a Lucifer. But really, I be living like the wrath of Lucifer. Epiphanies arise when my music hurt, yeah. Bad thoughts keep crawling through my head. I can't even manage crawling on my bed, yeah. Cactus flower filled with existential dread, yeah. What the fuck you mean? I was born dead, yeah. Born dead, I was born dead. What the fuck you mean? I was born dead. Born dead, I was born dead. What the fuck you mean? I was born dead. Born dead, I was born dead. What the fuck you mean? I was born dead. Born dead, I was born dead. What the fuck you mean? I was born dead. There's a handful of songs. My first one was Baphomet, but this one I really believe in, because when I was writing it, I didn't put any filter on. There was no, maybe I shouldn't say this. Maybe there was no concern whatsoever. And that was at a point where, you know, I'm just super angry at the world for what's going on, all the injustices that are happening. So I really let it all out, and it was one of the most unfiltered, authentic songs to me that I've ever created. So that's why I believe in it so much. It feels like a huge weight off my shoulder every time I release an authentic song like that. It feels like it's my therapy, honestly. It really helps my mental health to like just know that, like, okay, I gave this to the universe. It's out there. I express myself, and it like comforts me to know that. So it makes me happy to be able to even do that in the first place. So I just feel really blessed to be able to channel that. Well, for the message, one thing I always say is your love and compassion should always extend beyond your identity. And I don't directly say that in a lot of my songs, but that vibe, that emotion is there in all of them, I feel like, because I think you should always fight for people, even if they're not the same as you, even if you have different identities. I feel like, we're all part of the collective conscious and we're all one when it comes down to it. So just feel like it's important to not only fight for your kind of people and yourself, but to fight for everyone, because we're not free till we're all free. One of the first bands that I ever listened to was System of a Down, and they have always been people to talk about what's happening in their country and the injustices, the genocide of the Armenian people, and they kind of use their music to bring awareness to that, and that really inspired me. And ever since I was young, I always just felt this like super connectiveness to the universe. Like I feel like I can feel like collective suffering and frustration, and like I just can't live with myself unless I'm doing something about it. That's just like how I am. I don't know, maybe I was born this way. But yeah, it's just a combination of seeing people I've been inspired by speak up and use their platform to spread awareness and fight for change. And also social media. I've seen a lot of and met a lot of people online that have really inspired me. So I just try to follow their footsteps, take what I've learned and spread that and do what I can. Basically, that's basically the goal. I feel like, you want to create this art and you want to spread these messages and you want to spend all this time fighting for change, but at the same time, we're stuck in this system where you have to make money, you have to pay the bills, you have to pay rent, and that takes up a lot of your time. So it's really like exhausting to have to do that, and then after work, outside, whenever you have free time, to use that to do the fighting. And that's what I think really matters. It's just frustrating to be stuck in this system where so much of your time has to go to just working to pay to live, to survive, essentially. And I think, capitalism is a big problem in terms of that. Like it causes a lot of obstacles for people. So I feel like that's one of the big ones. My peers, all the people around me inspire me. All the artists I'm with in the scene, all the producers, and all the activists that I've met at protests, all of them really inspire me to keep going. And the fact that I feel like I've had a blessed life thus far also inspires me, because I want everybody to have equal opportunities to do everything in life. And I feel like we can have a system that is more equal. And so that vision of seeing everyone have all the opportunities across the board, that's what really drives me. And I feel like it's really possible, no matter what bad things may come up, what obstacles may come up. I feel like at the end of the day, the people have the power, and governments work for us. We don't work for them. So I feel like there will be a point where there's a collective like rising up, and I feel like once that point comes, we'll be able to change what we want to change. So right now, we're just trying to get to that point, spread the knowledge, spread the love, and I feel like it'll come. I just really do. I have that hunch. That's it. What's good? This is Sloth, the Manic, Maniac, the Lucid Lunatic. The song's called Miseducation. And it's a reminder that your love and compassion should always extend beyond your identity.
Sold him like
if you're not angry right now,
separated him from his family.
I don't know why.
America invented the cruelest slavery in the history of the world because it broke up black families. After slavery was over, America kept breaking up the black man's family. And that's an awful history to teach. Now, if you want to look history right straight in the eye, you're going to get a black eye. Because it isn't important whether a few black heroes got lost or stolen or strayed in America's history textbooks. What's important is why.
It's the young Sloth vibing till my eyes are bought. Had a nice talk with the cyber goth psychonaut. Put sane aside, then he told me what the psychonaut. I paused shocked, asked him if he gonna say psychonaut. Since the high, I've been fucking with the tribe a lot. I'm science with a couple lies in the eyes of a Mayan god. Peace pipe, ayahuasca dripping, that's some tribal talk. They say I'm fly, but I am sloth. I got them wings, but I will walk. Take shit slow like the tires off. A mushroom cap is what I floated down an nylon. A nihilistic child on a nylon python. Said that he forgot to turn the fucking sundial on. That pig Holt's claw cried at the trial. In 263, I hope he doesn't have a smile on. Stick out your tongue and put a drop from the violin. I fried too hard and now I'm scared that I'ma smile on. Same ones that built the pipelines on Viacom. And all the new stations that our families be crying on. Protect Muslims, protect black trans, cause when a pig see them, they the first humans to get fired on. If I ever see a cop kill a child, I'ma cut his face off, stand over him and try it on. Had the police steady using violence, and we gotta protest peaceful with a smile on. Nah, fuck the police till the fire gone. If my brother need help, Sloth in the pile on. Modern day John Brown, rile up the fucking town. Tell them what the feds do, they angry now the fight is on. I'm a handcrafted patch, these other rappers eyeing on. She closed her eyes, saw me, said, damn Sloth flying on. Don't have time for long, scared like a biker's mom. And it's only a matter of battles till I'm flying on. I just left, so I am wrong. Young Sloth die before I make a non-vibrant song. If I take my teeth out, I'm still shining long. Why is pussy used for weakness? We know that vagina's strong. You know this the timeless joint. Crawling till the spider's gone. Up the fucking web, I wonder if there's lead in Snyder's lawn. This is the pious pilot song. Time is where I fly to write and write it on. Happily spitting bars, you better deal with the Zen in hand. How we got troops in Iran and Afghanistan when we don't even know who the fuck killed Sandra Bland.
Who the fuck killed Sandra Bland?
I'll be spitting bars, you better deal with the Zen in hand. How we got troops in Iran and Afghanistan when we don't even know who the fuck killed Sandra Bland. Who the fuck killed Sandra Bland? I want them to take away the fact that they should always be their authentic selves. They shouldn't try to mold themselves to fit the parameters or the restrictions that society has placed on us. I feel like they should reject binary methods of thinking, especially on terms of gender. And I feel like they should really I want them to hear my music and be inspired to fight themselves for whatever cause that they believe in. I want them to not only hide in the bubble of comfort that they may have, I want them to break out of that despite how scary it is. And I want them to face their fears and join the fight because, you know, solidarity is one of the most powerful things on the planet and it can create so much good. So I just want people to be able to come together and care about what the causes they care about and not be scared to do that. I feel like growing in a few different areas, feel like my melodies have gotten much better. The detail, attention to detail. Now I spend hours just on the ad-libs, on the background, on the hook. I'll, do 20 takes before I get the take I want. Like, I'm real tuned in now, and I feel like I've found who I am as an artist. And despite me having various styles, I still feel like I know who I am and I know what I want, and that allows me to create better music just in general. And I also feel like I'm better with the pen. I have been trying to be more metaphorical, add more figures of speech, be more artsy with the words, and have less structure all the time, because, structure is nice, but it's good to jump out of that and to jump out of the level of comfort that you have, because I think that's where some of the best art's created. My favorite part is performing by far.
What about performing really get you hyped up?
It's literally therapy for me. It's, when I come to the studio, that's my second favorite, letting these songs out. But when I do it live, it's like an intermingling of the crowd's energy and mine, and I feel like just something magical happens there, and I feel understood in a way that I never am any other place. And it really drives me to create more, because everyone likes to feel understood, and the way that I'm able to channel the energy that I have built up inside me without a filter, without a cap on how loud I can or can't be, without anything, just any restrictions. I just feel free. That's the best way to put it. I feel as free as I possibly can. So that's what I love about performing. There are some times where you can't say certain shit or act a certain way, or I feel like it's the least restrictive area to be in, performing. But I feel like in everyday life, there are rules. There are rules that you follow, and there are consequences sometimes for not following them. And don't get me wrong, a lot of times I do not give a fuck about the rules, but when it comes to being around professional people, or being around family members, you kind of put a little filter on it. You kind of not try to be so combative and so aggressive with everything. So I do feel like there are certain times where you're in public or you're at work and you can't exactly express the things you want to express. So that's why I love performing so much, because there's just no filter. My music is on all DSPs, Spotify, Apple, Tidal. It's on SoundCloud, Audio Mac, Matter even. I'm putting everything on Matter and Audio Mac as currently. It's also on YouTube and Amazon and all the platforms you could find music.
What's your YouTube channel?
I think it's just Sloth. I got Manic Rabbit Sloth video on there, Devious Deviance music video on there. I got, I think, a couple lyric videos and maybe a performance or two. And I have a new video that's gonna come pretty soon called Brain Scratch. So that's definitely gonna be on there. So you could check out the visuals on YouTube. My IG and my Twitter is @psychosloth_. So I'm active on both of those. I like to, get connected with my fellow creatives, my fellow artists, and see what we can create together. Yeah.
Sloth, damn!
This song's called Sub-Zero.
Try and earn money
Turn the
for
fuck up.
Your mom goes to college.
Segu!
Got it.
What's good, Bert Gotti? Hey. High school life Sub-Zero. Stop being anti-hero. Highlight pain, I'm weirdo. How'd you need me a weirdo? So I stay lit in the shit coat. Got fake keeping my beer coat. Dark wave rise when I could smoke. Get so high that I feel low. Hat so fat cause of earthquake. Thick bay fucked up the earth plate. I tell every goddamn day. Bitch North Pole in my birthplace. Never met always in first place. Shoot all my kids on her face. Kelly OG made me levitate. Bitch please tell me how third taste. Paradigm is the final shift. Lost my can't find a grip. Cycle soft with a diamond drip. What's up, baby girl? I'm tryna hit. Show they goddamn designer hips. Melodies from vagina lips. Soft doom, that shit kinda hits. Bitch, do you know what time it is? And the cycle past stage left. Great kush, give me great breath. 50 grams, got 8 left. Yeah, it's all in a day set. I'm a star, bitch, I make tracks. Money old like a tape deck. Pussy purple like great bags. Nike told me, yeah, I take checks. So full of the great deal. Running up, you can taste it. Feeling something and wasted. Suck titties and I make dread. I was shocked how it tasted. Paint splatter to the place red. Say go give a fuck what they said. Repost with a gracelet. Stay hungry and I stay fed. Shadows chain in my basement. So the sick is never diagnosed. Still we cold with the cases. Ice cold like Sub-Zero. Hey, 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 ice cold like Sub-Zero. Ice cold like Sub-Zero. Hey, ice cold like Sub-Zero. Ice cold like Sub-Zero. Ice cold like Sub-Zero. Stop being anti-hero. Highlight pain, I'm weirdo. How'd you need me a weirdo? Stop stay lit in the shit coat. Got fake keeping my beer cold. Dark wave rise when I could smoke. Get so high that I feel low. That's so bad cause of earthquake. Thick bay fucked to the earth plate. I sell every goddamn day. Bitch North Pole in my birthplace. Never met always in first place. Shoot all my kids on her face. Kelly OG made me levitate. Bitch please tell me how dirt tastes. Bitch please tell me how dirt tastes. Hey, give me your soul. Segu. Yeah. Let's go.